So we've got a bit of a different video today. My girlfriend has graciously agreed to test out Dinnerbee. So, hello.
Hey y'all. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for agreeing to do this. I know this is not something you wanted to do. So, um, essentially, I wanted to do this because if you haven't watched any videos yet, Dinnerbee is an app that I've been building for the past few months. And I built it with us in mind, essentially. It is a way for couples or roommates or anybody who lives together to effectively plan their meals throughout the week. And so, yeah, we've been living together for like over a year now. Pretty crazy. But I think one thing that we noticed pretty early on was that meal planning and like in particular figuring out what we're going to have for dinner is kind of a pain. So wanted to build something that would hopefully alleviate that. And so this is kind of going to be the last phase of beta testing, essentially. I will say Dinnerbee is live, and I'll leave a link down in the description if you want to check it out. But I wanted to do this full test to make sure that it suits the needs for us, and it's something that we can actually like bring into our process on a weekly basis and plan our meals throughout the week. So before we get into actually hopping into Dinnerbee and setting things up for your account, I just have some questions about like our process currently, and ideally we can use that as like a frame of reference for the problem that Dinnerbee solves. So first question is like, how do we currently decide on meals and more specifically like dinner?
So we usually switch off every other day on who cooks, and it's a little bit hectic. Usually I'm at work trying to figure out what I'm gonna make, and maybe don't decide until like right after work and immediately go to the store. So it's kind of just whatever we're feeling, and yeah, it's always hectic trying to figure out last minute what we're gonna make for just that day. It's not even like the whole week, it's just for that day. So
Yeah. Then the process just starts over the next day. It's definitely kind of frustrating. And then like we'll be thinking about it during work. And I'm like Googling recipes as I'm probably supposed to be doing work.
Exactly. Or you're just getting done with work and just want to relax, but you're quickly trying to figure out what we should make. So
Yeah, that's even worse. Yeah. The second question is, how do you currently keep track of your recipes?
okay. It's even more hectic than how we decide to, or what we decide for our meals. I have 2 cookbooks that I write in, the recipes that I like, and then I have a bunch of cookbooks I go off of. I also have the Instagram reels that I save, sometimes even Facebook recipes, so it's really just all over the place.
Yeah, definitely like really spread out and not easy, not super easy to find like exactly if you made this recipe 4 months ago, like, oh, where is it now?
Yeah, exactly. There's some recipes that I really like and forgot to, write them in my cookbook. So then I'm scrolling in my Instagram reels for like 5 minutes trying to find it.
Yeah, and then you never find it, and you're like, oh, now I gotta go find something else.
Yeah.
I don't even think I keep track of recipes at all. I think they're all in my head, and then I have to, if I don't remember all the ingredients and all the steps, then I have to go Google that recipe and hope that I
Yeah.
can find it again. So both of those systems are bad.
Yeah. Take way too long.
Yeah, definitely. All right, third question is, do you feel like we spend too much money on food or on eating out too much? Like, do we eat out too much?
I don't think we eat out too much. We're pretty good about cooking at home. We both like to cook too, so that's nice. But we definitely, I think, spend too much money on stuff at the grocery store. Like, we're there almost every day. Today will be my 4th time going this week. So I think we can be better. We're pretty good about not wasting food, but I think we could be better on just getting things that we know we can use for other recipes during the week. And then, only go to the grocery store once or twice instead of 5 to 6 times.
Yeah, I think that would be the biggest thing too, because that was going to be my last question is like, how many times do you go to the grocery store? And like, yeah, she said literally 4 times this week. I've gone, I think only once this week, but I did a bigger haul at the beginning of the week. And it's like, we live pretty close to grocery stores, so it's not horrendous, but if we could only go once or twice a week, it would save a ton of time.
Yeah. Yeah, and we both hate going to the grocery store.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that too.
every time we go, we're like, oh my God, I have to go again. But we still set ourselves up to do that every time. Like, we could plan it out where we only have to go once or twice, but it's a lot of work without that. So
Yeah. Okay, so that's all the questions. So now that you kind of have the frame of reference of what our current cooking situation looks like, definitely taking a lot more time than we should thinking of what we're going to be making on a certain day. Definitely potentially spending too much money at the grocery store, but definitely going to the grocery store too much. Now let's hop into Dinnerbee and kind of see all the different ways that we can solve for these issues. Okay, so now I am in the Dinnerbee platform and we have a couple different options here. So the left side is the recipe management side of things, where I am able to create new recipes or view all the recipes that I currently have. But this right side is what I'm more focused on right now, so that I can get my girlfriend set up on a calendar together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a calendar that we're able to work on together and plan our meals throughout the week on the same exact calendar, which is really nice. Only one person needs to have access to a Dinnerbee account in order to do this. So that person would go over and create a calendar. And then once they navigate into that calendar, there is this option to invite a guest over to this calendar so that they can collaborate on it together. So I'm gonna invite my girlfriend over to this calendar. Alrighty, so that invite has been sent. So now we'll hop into my girlfriend's email so that she can see the invite come in. All right, so she has received this invitation to Dinnerbee. And so now we can go ahead and click this create account button, and this will create a kind of a guest user account in the system so that they can interact with that calendar. Awesome, amazing. So now as we can see, she has her own account set up, and she also has the ability to create her own recipes and view the recipes that she has. But what's awesome now is she now has access to this same calendar that I was on in my account before. And now any recipes that we put on this calendar and any meals that we plan and schedule are able to be collaborated on and seen together. Now, obviously, we don't have any meals at the moment, so I'm going to, again, hand it off to my girlfriend. She's going to create some recipes that we'll be able to plan for this week.
Nice.
All right, hit the button. Hopefully it works. Yay!
Look at that.
Okay, cool. So now let's hop on over to the calendar. And obviously we don't have a ton of recipes to choose from at the moment, but what we do have is the ability to schedule recipes throughout the week. So I know you've already got today taken care of, doing some chili, and honestly that always kind of lasts us over into the next day. So I'm assuming we don't need anything for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tuesday,
We're actually going out to eat.
we're going out to eat, right? So we don't need to do anything for that day. But then the next day will be my turn. Actually, this is nice because a great feature that Dinnerbee has when you're collaborating on a calendar is you're able to schedule recipes based off of either person's recipe list. So, for example, I have this Cajun chicken pasta recipe on my account, and yeah, let's go ahead and schedule that for the 15th. That'll be great. There probably won't be leftovers on that one, so maybe you need to cook on Thursday.
Sounds like we can do the roasted sausage, peppers and onions.
Look at that. Unreal. And then Friday is Friday. It's kind of a wild card.
Yeah, see how we feel after work, if we want to go out, get some food, or if we have enough energy to cook.
Yeah. And then weekend is also kind of wild card. But this is very exciting. We did it. And now also we have the ability to, so like you said, we're planning on going to the store in a little bit. We have the opportunity now to just get everything that we need for the chili that you're going to make today, and then these recipes on the 15th and 16th. And like potentially that could be the only grocery trip that we do until like next weekend.
Mm-hmm. That'd be great.
Okay, so that was pretty much the full flow of the application. The got your recipes. We have them all in these various places. We got them in cookbooks. We got them in recipe books. We got them on Instagram. We got them in our minds. But if we can have them all in one central place, then we're able to create these schedules really quickly. And I don't know, that seemed pretty good.
Yeah, went well. Easy enough.
Nice. So now that you use it for a little bit, got to at least create one recipe and schedule a recipe as well. Did you have any other like thoughts, comments, concerns, improvements?
No, it's super easy to use. I am not in tech at all, as you know, so it's great when I have something that, I can just quickly do and not be confused about it all. So I thought it was super user-friendly.
A few things that she pointed out as we were going through is she was trying to add cherry tomatoes, and the quantity for that one was a pint of red cherry tomatoes, and I just don't have that on the measurement list at the moment, so I'll add that.
And then also to have it blank, because a lot of recipes, just call for whatever amount of salt or pepper that you want. Mm-hmm. Or here it says good olive oil, so you can just leave it blank, but you could maybe add a field that just lets you, when you edit it, go back and just put it as blank, because you can't go back and...
Yeah, exactly. And I actually wasn't sure from a back-end standpoint whether or not you'd be able to create the recipe and have empty ingredients, but we verified that, which is pretty cool. And that is how it should work, so I'm glad that it does work that way. And then the last thing that she mentioned right at the end of it is while we were scheduling the meals for our week, it would be really awesome to just have a button, since we were talking about going to the grocery store, a button that exports all of the ingredients that you would need for those meals. So you can just create a nice, easy shopping list. And that is absolutely the next feature on the list. It's been on my mind the entire time I've been building it. I just haven't done that yet. Wanted to get some bare bones features out. But yes, that is next.
That would be great, because we just use our little notes app in our iPhone.
Yeah.
So it takes a while to add, 20, 30 ingredients.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Because then you just have to duplicate all that work, which would be really annoying.
Yeah.
So, how would you export it? Because you probably still just want it in your notes app, right?
Well, if you have it on your app, then you could just see the list on the app on your phone and go to the store. You could maybe have a feature where you can check mark it off or something.
Okay.
So then you wouldn't have to duplicate the work and put it in our notes.
Mm-hmm. The only problem is then you would need internet access at whatever store that you're going to. I don't know if you're in a dead zone or something like that, because otherwise that would work. But you could have
download
something
it.
Yeah, or you could just have a copy feature
Mm-hmm.
from the ingredients list and then chuck it into your notes app.
Yeah.
That'd probably
you could do that easily.
I think. Yeah. But any of those work, and they would all be very beneficial.
Yeah.
So last piece of all of this, now that we've kind of gone over just initial thoughts and comments, and I want to talk about just a reflection piece of this. Like I said, I've spent a few months building this, so hopefully it is something that we can actually implement into our lives. So that is really my question to you is do you think this is something that could improve our process, and is this something you would want to implement on a weekly basis? Maybe we sit down on Sundays and we start planning things out.
Yeah, I mean, Sundays sound great, so just plan the whole week. I'm trying to think of how many hours we're gonna get back. I feel like it's gonna be hours for sure. And then during work, we don't have to stress anymore about what we're gonna make. So we only have that little time on Sunday to stress about all the food, all the recipes we're gonna make, and then the rest of the week is just easy. Don't have to worry about it. So I'm very excited about it. Thank you for doing this.
For sure. What's the point of being able to build technology if I can't build it for you?
That's so sweet.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, I think I also like just like the aspect of sitting down and talking through what our week is going to be like. So like we have dinner coming up with friends on Tuesday, but sometimes like you'll get dinner with a friend or I'll get dinner with a friend, and we don't necessarily know about it until like the day of,
Yeah.
or I just wasn't listening or something like that. So just kind of like resetting at the beginning, end of the week, whatever you want to call Sunday, and just like thinking through all the stuff that we got going on. And then the other thing that I was thinking too is just for like date nights and stuff like that, it could be good. Like we could look back at the calendar and say like, oh, we haven't done a date night this month or something like that, and maybe that could be a feature that you could schedule in a date night, go out to dinner or something like that, and make sure that we're getting that quality time that we need.
Yeah, that sounds good. I also think from a health standpoint, it's good too, because when we can't figure out what we're gonna make, sometimes we'll just like give up and be like, let's just get pizza or let's go out somewhere. So it'll definitely help us, like once we can see what we're gonna make all week, we're like, oh, here we have 3 different meat options. We have no veggies. Maybe we should do something that's not meat based, or something that's healthier because we're making something fried or whatever.
Yeah, that's actually a good point too, making sure that we get like the nice variety of meals throughout the week. Good stuff, dude. Dinner Bee rocks.
It does.
Sweet. I'm gonna make this into a sales video and put it on the website. That'd be sweet. But yeah, I think that'll wrap it up. I know you want to get off camera, so.
I was just nervous this whole time, but it's all good now.
Now that we're at the end of the video. Sweet. Thanks a bunch for watching, y'all. I hope you got a nice overview of all the things that Dinner Bee can do. And it seems like this was a successful beta test. So like I said, it is live. There's a link down for it in the description. Definitely check it out. Okay, bye.
Bye.